Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just want to do a follow-up video with you guys on intermittent fasting, because a lot of people was asking me about intermittent fasting and how has it been for me and why do I love intermittent fasting so much. So I just want to break everything down into detail for you guys and try my best to give you as much detail as I possibly can. This is like a spirit of the moment video, so excuse my messy background. This is my junky vanity. So I'm going to basically use Google to help me identify for you guys what intermittent fasting is. I'm also going to talk about the benefits, the perks, and all of those good things for you guys. And basically how it has been helping me. Alright guys, so let's jump right into basically what the definition of intermittent fasting is, okay? So intermittent fasting is not a diet. It is a pattern of eating. It's a way of scheduling your meals so that you can get the most out of them. Intermittent fasting doesn't change what you eat. It changes when you eat, okay? Now, one of the questions a lot of people ask is, why is it worthwhile to change when you're eating? Now, intermittent fasting is one of the simplest strategies that has been brought about or has evolved far as helping people to keep weight down and very little weight gain and everything like that. Now, a lot of people don't understand how intermittent fasting works. So, to understand how intermittent fasting work, I'm just going to basically read an article that's on Google that you can refer back to see how it benefits us and how great it is for your body, etc. So basically it says, to understand how intermittent fasting leads to fat loss, we first need to understand the difference between the shed state and the fast state. Your body is in the fed state when it is digesting and absorbing food. Typically, the fed state starts when you begin eating and lasts for 2 to 5 hours as your body digests and absorbs the food you just ate. When you are in the fed state, it's very hard for your body to burn fat because your insulin levels are high. After that time span, your body goes into what is known as the passive absorption state, which is just a fancy way of saying that your body wasn't processing the meal. The post-absorptive state lasts at least 8 to 12 hours after your last meal, which is when your body enters its fasted state. It is much easier for your body to burn fat in the fasted state because your insulin levels are low. When you are in the fasted state, your body can burn fat that has been inaccessible during the fed state. Because we don't enter the fat state until 12 hours after our last meal, it's rather rare that our bodies are in the fat burning state. This is one of the reasons why many people who start intermittent fasting will lose fat without changing what they eat, how much they eat, or how often they exercise. Fasting puts your body in a fat burning state that you rarely make it to during a normal eating schedule. So that's basically a definition of intermittent fasting in a nutshell. And it's just basically talking about how it works hand in hand with your insulin levels and how it helps your body burn off the fat during the fasting time. And basically while you're eating, your body can't burn those calories off. It can't burn the fat off of your body. It can't melt the pounds away. So you have to be in a fast state, not a fed state, in order to for you to be able to flush out, all of those calories, etc. So the next part that he spoke about in the article was the benefits of intermittent fasting. And basically the very first thing that caught my eye was he was like, everybody thinks that, fat loss is good, but intermittent fasting goes above and beyond that. Intermittent fasting help you with a lot more things in that area. So it says the first thing for intermittent fasting makes your body. Let me start over. First, intermittent fasting makes your day simpler. Okay, so basically, he talks about how he's big on behavior change, simplicity, and reducing stress. Intermittent fasting provides additional simplicity to your life, and you will really get to enjoy it. He says, when he wake up, I don't worry about breakfast. I just grab a glass of water and start my day. I enjoy eating, and I don't mind cooking, so eating 3 meals a day was never a hassle for me. However, intermittent fasting allows me to eat one less meal, which also means planning one less meal, cooking one less meal, and stressing about one less meal. It makes life a bit simpler, and I like that. Second topic. Intermittent fasting helps you live longer. So it basically says scientists have been known to Scientists have long known that restricting calories is a way of lengthening life from a logical standpoint. This makes sense. When you're starving, your body finds a way to extend your life. There's just one problem. Who wants to starve themselves in the name of living longer? I don't know about you, but I'm interested in enjoying a long life. Starving myself doesn't sound appetizing. The good news is intermittent fasting activates many of the same mechanisms for extending life as calorie restriction. In other words, you get the benefits of a longer life without the hassle of starving. Way back in 1945, it was discovered that intermittent fasting extended life in mice. More recently, the study found that alternate day intermittent fasting lead to longer lifespans. Now, one of the things that people don't understand is it's a way of eating. It's not a diet. It's a lifestyle. It's a change. You know what I'm saying? But it also helps with different sicknesses, diseases, cancer, diabetes, brain issues, high cholesterol. It helps with all of these different issues that we have in our body. So intermittent fasting is actually very phenomenal in helping soothe our body and helping it to function better. Because at the end of the day, when you eat so much all the time, it's trying to process. So what happens is you're overworking your body. But the world has created us to think that we have to have 6 meals a day, 5 meals a day. Even our nutritionists say that we need 5 to 6 meals a day. Not I. I can't even eat that much. So intermittent fasting was the best thing for me personally. But also the other thing that I love about intermittent fasting is you get to see how it helps you in the long run. Okay? The article I was just reading is by jamesclear.com. It's called The Beginner's Guide to Intermittent Fasting. So let me go back. I need to turn the screen color down, I think, so you all will be able to see it. But this is the article that I was reading, okay? And you can refer back to this article to see basically everything it's saying about intermittent fasting here, okay? Also, like, Google is your best friend. You can look up everything on Google, but I know sometimes we don't have time to do that. So that's why I was like, okay, in spite of me knowing that everybody can go to Google and look at these things, I will go ahead and do a video on it. So this is one of the things that you can go to on Google, and it will basically break down the benefits of intermittent fasting. Okay. So this talks about the 10 benefits of intermittent fasting, and I'm just going to run through them really fast so I can move on with this video. So first, it protects against neurodegenerative diseases. Insulin levels drop and human growth hormone increases. Reduce insulin resistance and lower blood sugar levels. Reduce risk of heart disease. Reduce blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Boost metabolism for fat loss. Extend lifespan, helping you live a longer life. Reduce oxidative damage and inflammation in the body. Removes waste material from cells. Reduce leptin levels, increasing testosterone. So once again, that is right here. Oops. That is right here. Okay. So one of the other things that I want to basically touch on when it comes to intermittent fasting is you can do where you want to eat regular, or if you want to enhance it a little bit, you also can add a little something onto it. And so, as you guys know, I did keto along with intermittent fasting. Lately, I have not been doing. I still eat a lot of keto style meals, but I have increased my carb intake just because I was noticing that my body felt better whenever I did, just because I'm constantly on the go. And because I'm constantly on the go, I was feeling faintish, and I wasn't getting enough into my body. I don't know if I would up my meats, my fats or whatever, if it would have took care of that. But yeah, I decided to just add a little bit more carbs into my diet. But I still keep it underneath 50 grams a day. Okay. But this is another chart that I really liked. And they talked about what foods to eat, what foods not to eat. Now, even though on intermittent fasting you can still have your breads, your meats, and everything, they recommend you not to. So the way of eating that they actually works the most effective with intermittent fasting is keto style eating. Okay. And for those of you that don't know what keto style eating is, keto is when your body goes into a state of ketosis. And basically, instead of your body using carbs to burn the fat, your body doesn't have to is not storing carbs because you're not taking in that many carbs. So if you're not taking in that many carbs, your body doesn't have to go to your storage of carbs to burn your fat. It goes to where your fat is stored, and it goes directly to that fat, and it activates it, and it starts to burn that right offhand. It doesn't have to go here to carbs and then to fat to start burning it off. So when you do keto and you're in ketosis, your body is burning fat a lot quicker because you're not storing a lot of carbs. Okay, so that's one of the things that a lot of people don't know or don't understand about keto, and can't buckle down and like really get the hang of it or whatever. But at the end of the day, doing intermittent fasting, you can be very successful with it alone, and when you're doing it keto style, it's amazing. You do get a lot more results. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the different popular hold on, I'm trying to get it big for you guys. Give me 1 second. thing? Okay, this thing won't let me be great. This thing is acting up. Let me see. Okay. All right. So this just shows you different choices you have for intermittent fasting and time spans of when you can eat and different things like that, and break everything down for you. Okay. So, the most popular one is the 16-8, which is 16 hours fasted and 8 hours fed. Okay. Um, so that one is one of the most popular ones, and that is the one that I was recently doing. And then you also have the 20 fast, the 20-hour fast, and the 4-hour fed. You have 1 day fasted, 6 days fed. You also have 19 hours fasted and 5 hours fed, and then you have random. Okay. Now for me, I started off doing the 16-8. So I fasted for 16 hours and then I ate for 8 hours. And that would normally be 12 to 8 o'clock p.m. Okay. And that was actually very easy. It wasn't hard at all, unless I was just like extra tired or hungry for any particular reason. Most of the reasons that I had that issue was it was during my time of the month. It was my cycle, my shark week. So that's where that came into play. But I wanted to show you this because it also breaks everything down for you. Oops. And this is also on Google. So just type in intermittent fasting and so many different, and click on images. So many different images will come up. If you don't feel like reading paragraphs or anything like that, you can click on these pictures and these pictures will come up and explain everything to you so you can completely understand intermittent fasting. So now that I basically told you what intermittent fasting was, let's talk about what it's done for me. So for me, for intermittent fasting, and while I was doing keto, I felt very lean. I felt very fit, very healthy. It was times where I did feel a little lethargic, but I was okay. I was okay. All I needed to do was eat something right away or have something with a little sugar. And because I used to be diabetic, I think it's just showing that my levels were dropping possibly too low during those times. So once I, put a little something in my mouth, it could be a stick of gum, I would be good to go. And gum do help a lot. I'm not going to lie. Even though you shouldn't chew gum all the time, gum helps a lot when it comes to not eating. Excuse me, y'all. I'm tired. But anywho, also as a VSG patient doing intermittent fasting and keto style eating, I've seen how I've gone from being one of the ones that can eat a lot to be a VSG patient. And I still feel like I can eat more than most people. But when I started doing intermittent fasting and keto style eating, I realized that I can eat a lot less now. Because you're fasting longer, it makes your stomach shrink. It makes that muscle shrink. And so the thing is, people don't understand your stomach is a muscle, okay? So if you feeding this muscle, it's gonna grow. It's gonna get bigger, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it can't stretch anymore. That's when you feel super full, like you can't go anymore. Okay. But when you are practically um, going into a fast state where you're not feeding it so much, it begins to go from being huge like this to shrinking. Okay, so your stomach begins to shrink, and for me, it's been beneficial for me because I've always felt like I've been able to eat more than everybody the whole time, which for me has slowed my process down dramatically. And when I do fall off, it's epic. It's like a fail. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like it ain't no coming back from this. And you have to be very headstrong to make yourself say, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Because it got tough where it was times where I felt like I'm going to gain all my weight back. But I said, nope, not I. I'm not letting that happen. I have come too far to go back to being that big girl. I don't want to carry that weight ever again. Okay? And I'm still pushing. Okay? Even though I gained some weight back, I don't care. I'm still pushing. I'm still in the gym. I'm still working out. And as I build muscle, of course, I'm going to still be, higher up on the scale. But over time, it will start to, slim down and be lower, etc. But I just basically wanted to tell you guys what intermittent fasting is and what keto is. If you do give intermittent fasting and keto a try, I say go for it, and see how you like it for yourself. Don't take my word on it. Don't take anybody else's word on it. See how you like it for you. And if it's for you, you will continue on that journey. And like I said, even though I'm not doing keto style as a way of eating anymore, most of my meals are still keto style. It's just that my intake far as carbs is now between 40 and 50 versus 20 and 30. Um, but yeah, so in some people's books that's still keto, but for me, for mine to be drastic, I know it would have had to be 20, 30. But yeah, give it a try. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And also, click the subscribe button and make sure you click that little stupid bell so that you know when I upload, because YouTube be launching, okay? And that's why I just been chilling, because my patience is very thin these days and it was driving me crazy, so I just wasn't uploading. But I thank you for tuning in. Remember, subscribe to my channel, click the bell. Also, check off that like button. Let me know if you like this video, okay? Because I'm tired, and y'all been asking for me to elaborate a little bit more on intermittent fasting and how it has been for me. So stay tuned for that, okay? But I love you, love muffins, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.